Did everyone get theirs in? Nice to get.
Yes.
Oh!
Say hi, Grandma.
I unlocked the levels!
Hot. This makes me so hot.
I'm getting out of this one.
Now you're gonna get shoot up, Grizzly.
Hi, Emerald.
Hi. Hi.
Cake for Grandma's birthday.
Yep, this is Grandma's birthday.
How old is she?
Turn that thing off.
What?
How old is Grandma?
I don't know.
Are you excited?
Yes.
Mary, I unlocked it.
Tell
How
me-
old do you think Grandma is?
Tell me how excited you are.
I'm awesome.
I unlocked it.
How old do you think she is?
I unlocked a new thing.
Awesome.
How old is Grandma?
It's in
What?
the,
How old is Grandma?
Argentina
I don't know.
desert.
Yes.
70. 70.
It's in the desert.
70.
You heard Kelly say it.
Look.
Argentina. Hot, dry.
Are you excited,
Yeah, I see you
Kelly?
unlocked it.
Yeah.
You excited, Mary?
Yes, very excited.
Why are you taking a video?
Are you excited? How old is Grandma?
70.
Say hi to Grandma and happy birthday.
What?
Say hi to Grandma and happy birthday.
Okay, hi Grandma, happy birthday.
Yeah, I gotta move this road. Door.
Okay. Good morning.
Yeah. There we go.
Hi, Steve.
How do you like that cake?
That's beautiful. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness. Okay. Wow. All right, I'll let you take that off and we'll go ahead and. Oh my goodness. It's just fabulous.
That is right.
I know, I see them.
That's what I was doing the other night when you called.
It is
I was
real. All
going
edible.
through pictures.
Pictures. Did it.
Oh, my goodness.
I thought the books were moved.
I mean, it
Huh?
just.
I thought the books were moved.
Yeah.
Or changed.
She was checking it out.
Like
it's made out of fabric.
You mean these pearls?
I wonder what they
Yeah,
taste
look at
like.
that.
I'm just gonna switch this out a little.
How would they put that on?
Yeah.
Need to
Yeah.
adjust.
No, when I got him, it was sour. With Mel, when I got him, it was sour. Yeah, I like it warm.
I love the way you. Decorated. Oh my goodness, I'm just admiring it too. These girls,
They took over when you left.
they did.
John.
Yeah.
John's on the phone. What time is
Thank you for coming. I'm just admiring these girls.
What they did to your face,
Yeah, what they did, I tell you.
So all of a sudden.
They transformed it.
That's neat.
So I'm admiring it, enjoying it also.
That's great. Yeah, it's we should have had salads first instead of.
That's nice. Did you see the one from Isabel and Luke, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah?
What are we looking at?
It's kind of too easy.
So there's a hell of
Three other ones.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
That's
that's
one
me with
year.
my elbows.
Dave's out there in the garden, the kids
And
are
Martha
like,
in the
go
middle,
out
and I
there.
can catch
So
Joe.
you can pick it up.
Okay, so that's with your children.
Yeah, I heard the garden,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, that's a great picture.
That's a couple of years ago.
Like
You-
it.
So
you
this-
can-
Oh, yeah, dress up.
I
my
remember
goodness.
that.
Picture.
This used to be our liver.
Yes.
Oh, that's what I thought. You switched it around. Oh, that-
Yeah.
Is one bigger than the other? Or are they both
That
the
might
same
be a
size?
little bit bigger.
Well, this is up for
See, we have so many pictures around here and you forget.
No, that was joyous.
The old Dodge.
There's
Yeah.
Marie and
Yeah.
Dan and Irvin.
I can't get it. But
Yeah.
that way up there.
Oh, is that a
is-
doll?
Yeah, there's Irvin.
I guess that's a doll stick. That's, where am I?
Up there.
That old picture.
Is that right? I'm
I don't know who that was.
being held by mom there? Yeah. That's mom.
No, I think it was,
That
that
was-
was a girl.
That was Roseanne.
Want it down?
Yeah, I was gonna see if there's anything written in the back. I can't.
I didn't know.
Yeah, it is.
It is?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yes.
I believe that looks like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
definitely
He was pretty young.
I believe that would be. Okay, let me get Sam set it up.
We should have, I remember they took a trip up to.
Your eyes were closed, Mom.
Maine, and they had these
Look
lights.
here again.
I remember that.
Daddy, are you gonna look at me or are you looking at Jen?
Oh, I see what that-
Yeah, okay, look here. Smile. Look happy.
Why? Oh my
There we
goodness!
go.
Because we have one of these at home.
I forgot about
What
that.
does he have?
That's a great
No, I never saw
Is that you
That's
guys?
so good.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I'm in the process of putting, making up a see that.
Oh, that's
Seriously,
good.
you had a bonnet, you had a bonnet on?
You gotta look at this one,
All
Roseanne.
about.
You gotta look at that
You
picture.
screwed.
We went around the mall, you had to try and find us.
Oh,
Did
okay.
they find you?
Was they us doing or what?
We were second to last. Jim and Edith won.
Oh, we can stay together.
That's right.
hilarious.
Oh, you two didn't say
Now, what was the story around this? Something at Park City?
Jim and Edith were the
Jay, and he sure doesn't match his wife, does he?
They won.
Don't you look,
I think the youth group had to walk around Park City and try to find them.
oh, this is me. Where did I get that mustache in that
Can't see that
hat?
she fell for you.
Oh,
Oh, you never know what's under all that garb.
This guy here looks like he's a criminal.
That's Jim Groff.
Jim Groff.
Okay, that's Tim and Donnie Weber and Carl now.
Donnie
Weber, I didn't.
Jay looks like
Donnie
he's
Weber.
He's
Oh my.
Where'd you get all these pictures?
Is that you on the right?
That's, there's Jay, there's me.
My goodness.
Who shipped the bimorals?
What was the event?
Starchy. Yeah, and Janice and John are on there in the stroller.
Okay.
That was nice to have that old car now.
Yeah.
Should have it now.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could
Man
find
sitting
one.
there with the dog.
Uh,
Oh, no, he's
No.
holding, who are you holding?
Where was this? It was down at Grandma Piper's. That house isn't there anymore.
Let's go, Mary.
Okay.
I have a picture.
Come on. So how are you girls?
Here, I have the money and I want to.
Okay. There are some over on the,
Oh, I brought one
over on the piano daddy. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, wait, listen here. We were all young then. Daughter, yeah. So,
Doesn't that sort of look like Isabel?
where was that taken at?
Show it. Let me see it.
It's Janice, but it doesn't sort of look like Isabel.
Isabel and Luke. That could be Isabel and Luke.
I know.
Today he'd be sitting in a jug.
Yeah, he came about that the other Sunday.
There would have been.
That's good.
Clark.
Me and Mel ordered a salad. There was, he gave us chicken.
There's a bunch of fries.
Yeah. Hey, Tyler.
How's it going, Clark?
Is this on?
It's going pretty good. Oh wow. What's up, Steve?
How's it going, man?
It's going good. Just got off work.
Have anything to say to Grandma?
Happy birthday, Grandma. We love you.
Well, apparently.
That quick little shindig.
Yep. Oh, there's Jim and Marcy. Hi, guys.
Whoa.
How are you?
Behind her, there's two policemen. What were they doing? What's the word for
Security.
transporting a convict from Chicago to Puerto Rico? That's who was sitting behind her. She was better.
Martha, you want to make sure that the weight is evenly
To
distributed.
fly the whole way west, so you probably won't mind the things as much.
Well, let's go ahead and eat dessert.
Harrisburg's a great place to fly out.
Are you sure you don't want us to sing happy birthday?
Maybe.
Sure, of course.
I don't want to put out a candle.
You don't want to blow it
Because I don't think my,
Okay.
you can say.
All right. Happy
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Roseanne. Happy birthday to you.
Well, thank you everyone for coming. We have a beautiful rosy board creation, and we also have decaf, and there's water for hot tea, and there's ice water as well. Okay? So, would you like the first piece?
So did you specify the color?
I did, yeah.
Is it-
The napkin,
Okay.
I dropped that off, and she was able to match it. I
Wow.
mean, she just, it was fabulous work. Do you want to cut and I'll go get the ice cream? Sure. Yes.
Next year.
I have a real bigger knife if you want it. Oh, do you? I didn't know where it was, so I keep it hidden. Oh, okay. I'll go get it. Okay, all right, yeah, get a bigger one. They're hard.
It looks like jewelry, the old pop beads.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know how Janice and I were talking about that. How in the world would she get that Like it looks like it's a layer on top.
Looks like embossed wallpaper.
That's what Janice said, yeah. Like an embossed.
I didn't have a chance to ask her how she did that, but it is just so good.
Wait, it's too pretty to cut. Did we get enough pictures of it?
I think so, yeah.
It almost looks like satin.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Guys, 100 and married 77 years.
The match doesn't cut the tape. No. Wow.
There is a,
Dwight's
There's a video from last year's race.
cake.
Oh my goodness. All right. Get a pearl.
Down in 1 year.
That smells good.
would you like a little bit of ice cream? Her eyes are sour. Tonight.
Not real, no. Turn their name to their,
Oh, were they?
just put, just one little dip.
I like
Do you want some raspberry?
Yeah.
They're marshmallow or pearls?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Really?
You just sit.
Wow.
Oh, like little mini marshmallows. They're not mint. They just
I got a taste.
It's a mini.
mini. The little.
Sit down and eat
Oh, those are flowers.
That's
No,
nice.
I'd rather I wouldn't go.
instead. No, so we go home to church and she saw that, the bulletin board says, we're going in now, I'm getting tickets, we can go out to Stoney Shirley anytime. So, so, I'm what to say.
Kathy, do you want sugar in it or anything?
No, just plain tea, that's fine.
Okay. Irvin, did you care for anything to drink?
You're fine, thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Oh, he's taking pictures of his.
I admire talking there.
Everybody looks like she's playing for spoiled.
Roseanne, did you anticipate anything before that?
No, I didn't.
You didn't think
Okay.
you hadn't indoctrinated him not to do that? You didn't tell him that, don't do that, before you knew it,
Don't,
have a party.
oh, no, No, I just figured 7-year come and go. So, you know, it's very nice.
Or,
So where did you guys learn that?
Okay.
Jay, where'd you learn?
He was born with it.
Hey Jay, were you along with, Abe Landis was telling me the other day, you used to scout, I don't know
I
if
knew
you were
him
along with
better
him
than any of the rest.
and A&F. And they made a beeline for the cornfield and with, Abe he just stepped in the first row, but, Danny, he ran his face, he couldn't run in through the cornfield, well, he kinda run into stalks. He didn't realize you just go in one row and you're be hid.
Yeah.
Were you along that time? Oh, you were? So,
You know, I remember hearing the story, and I asked Irvin about it, and he said no, and I said, well, I didn't make this up. So maybe somebody else can tell me. He said that they would have fun going behind the sofa while you guys were dating, and he says, oh, Dad wouldn't have left us do that. But I don't know where I got that. Did they do it to somebody else?
you know, you'd peep around the corner there, look at me, still.
Remember what
So you would sit in the living room where
In the
the
lane,
piano
what we do?
was.
We'd run.
Is he here yet? Stay back, stay back.
What's that you said?
Here we go, here we
Used to
go.
have guinea chickens.
Okay,
Dad
yeah,
used to
they,
have guinea chickens, you
Yeah.
know, and
they make a lot of
so
noise.
they make a lot of noise when somebody new would come around. Well, we started to imitate these guinea chickens. Is he here yet? Stay back, stay back.
guys have a sense that he was the one when he came to visit, Mom?
Oh, no.
I never saw you much.
Well, see, she was so much older than us three young
See,
kids.
they were all young
Yeah.
kids.
Right.
I mean,
You
so
have
he
to
was-
ask Irvin.
We were in bed by 7.
Irvin, Jen, answer Janice's question.
What's that?
Answer
And I'm
Janice's question.
curious, when Daddy came visiting Mom, did you have a sense of, oh yeah, he's the one, this guy's gonna fit right in here?
I don't remember
I
if we
think
ever
they
did.
always discussed who the parents were.
Well, that's,
Yeah, who's his Henry Rohrer and who's Billy?
that's like, when Marvin come down to ask my sister for a date. Daddy left him in, I think Doris was upstairs, and Marvin, always said he wished he could've fell through the floor. Pop says, "What's your name? Where are you from?" And Marvin, he felt as if he could've fell through the floor.
I think Daddy he was very friendly to you, but Mom, she was very skeptical.
Well, your mom was.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Because
I don't know. Like maybe it was because you were the first one getting married. Yeah.
So you got
So
married,
she was-
who was the oldest?
a little bit protective maybe.
Right, and Mom was right at that time. She was going through menopause, so she was crying. You know, she was making mashed potatoes and crying.
She was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Remember
there's
that?
Oh yes, I do. And I
You
thought,
do.
what is wrong with Mom?
Oh,
You remember that?
is that right?
And what age was she at that time?
Well, what has she been?
Around 50 probably.
Maybe I was living in La La Land, I don't remember.
I remember that.
You don't notice those things.
The words that I always heard
I'll go put it down.
from Dad, because of Mom, was that in that kind of shape. We're not gonna meddle in their business. If you got married, we're not gonna meddle in their business. You stay out of it.
I don't remember that. I just remember the crying.
Well, I don't remember any of
You
it.
mean because we were getting married?
Well, it was after you were married, and she would cry and make mashed potatoes and cry.
I learned something new today.
My kids don't remember me though.
Oh dear.
Well, yeah, and I never knew what was wrong with her. And yeah, I think maybe Daddy, I remember Daddy saying, yeah, we're not gonna meddle.
Well, I remember Mom had a real hard time when stillborn baby after Martha.
I don't remember that too much.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah,
But
I remember that too.
And what, how old was Mother at that time?
She was about 45 because it was Mrs. Ober, Irene Ober, Nora Knoll, Mom,
Yeah.
and was there another one?
I was trying to think
Thought there
who
was
else it would have been. But Mrs.
And they
Ober, I
all-
don't remember Mrs. Ober having one then.
Yes, Sandy was her.
Oh, okay, I remember.
And they
it
were all
would've been-
pregnant and they all had babies.
And Nora Herb,
Was Nora Herb the other one?
Les, and,
No, that would have been younger, wouldn't it have been?
no, it's all the same.
Like all maybe
Clarence
45 years old.
Jane
Oh,
Sechrist.
Arlen.
It was all the ladies of 45 years old. It was Mom and Nora and Irene Ober that I remember.
Well, I do remember Nora
Uh-huh,
had Mark.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
And I often thought, they didn't talk a thing about it.
I know.
You know, we hardly even knew Mom was pregnant.
Right.
You know, why didn't they let us older ones, these, or just
At least you and Marie.
go to the, I mean, if we didn't see the baby, just go to the cemetery and watch them put it in the grave.
I don't think Mom even go. I think Daddy only went.
I think he only went, yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
we
Mother
never
I
went.
heard
think I
anything
remember that
afterwards.
day.
out of it.
What'd you say?
We never heard anything after that,
No. I just knew that it was a very small casket.
yeah. Mhm.
So she grieved quietly then.
Yeah,
She was very close to a nervous breakdown.
Yeah. but we, none of the rest
They didn't share it.
you know.
Yeah, then they didn't
They
talk
didn't
about it,
share
because
it.
my mom had a
Didn't.
stillborn child, a year, 15 months before I was born. And when she was in the hospital, she wanted to see the baby, and the doctors and the nurses didn't even want her to see the baby, and it was full term. And, you know, I mean, she had to beg, she said, I want to see this baby. And my dad never did see it.
Is that right?
Yeah, they're much.
So,
Mom, didn't
so,
you tell
I mean,
me-
that was just
Didn't
normal.
you tell me before that when she found out, like, she had to carry the baby? Like it had
Yeah.
died in the womb, like around 6 months, and she carried it for like,
Full term, yes, that was Dr. Harriger.
and then you said that was
Wasn't it
really
Dr.
hard on her.
Weist?
I thought it was
Because-
Harriger.
Oh, you think it was Harriger then? Well, Dr. Weiss, no, not Weiss. Who was the guy in Nessville?
Lockheed or
No,
Garrison.
No,
That was Dr. Weiss, wasn't
was it Weiss?
it?
No, there was, it was,
Lockheed.
no, it wasn't Lockheed.
Was it Dr. Baker?
Lebo.
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 Lebo, that's
Lebo,
right.
or somebody like
Yeah,
that.
because when she was carrying me, she went to Lebo, and
Well, maybe,
he gave her a drug so that I wouldn't miscarry, because she was having miscarriages between Irvin and I, because there's 5 years there,
uh-huh.
and yeah, it was Lebo. So I don't know if she was.
But I think it was Harriger.
Oh,
that
okay.
last-
I don't know.
Yeah. You know, nowadays they would have,
So how did you know she almost had a nervous breakdown?
I just remember she spent a lot of time up in the bedroom,
Oh, is that right?
you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought
I acted like mom that time. I remember I would go in the mornings.
So did you take on a parental role?
I did.
You what?
I would come over and I would get you and Jay. I said, come on, get up and get on out and help Daddy.
Mhm.
Do you remember that?
Did you
Yeah,
know
I
she
do.
was having
Yeah.
such difficulty and that's
I don't
what
know if I did, but I,
So you were married at the time, Mom? You were already married?
no, huh?
No,
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 no.
no.
I was, we were at home.
How old was I don't know.
But-
Martha would have been, this would have been what, 2 years after Martha? 54, 55.
No, it was, she was born, it was like 4 years,
Yeah, I
57,
think
yes.
too.
Right.
5 years. I think it was
5 years after
57,
Martha.
Yeah, it was
wasn't it?
1957.
Yeah.
50, 52, oh, 57.
So I'd have been 14.
she had to come get you up at that time.
Oh,
I remember
probably.
that. I remember.
She
I
had
was,
to shake you to get you awake. Was dying up and running your pocket, eating chickens.
well, Daddy would go out, and then you guys were supposed to come out and do your morning chores or whatever, because I made your lunches for you.
Mhm.
I made all the lunches. So,
So you really
That's
took
what I
over
remember.
almost as the mother of the house. You really took over as, almost as the mother of the house
wow,
over that time.
you know, I guess I helped out, yeah.
So that's where you learned to be so responsible.
That's what I
Oh, well, thanks.
Where was Marie? What was Marie doing? What did Marie do?
Well, I guess, you know, she got out and she was helped
got
too.
up too.
Yeah.
When did she leave for college?
She would have been in college.
She would know. Didn't she go to? Oh, that's right. She went to nurses training.
So really it would have been right around that time. Cause she went over to Ethiopia in 60.
After that, yeah.
61.
She went in
67,
67.
because we were married in
Okay, I thought it
68
was
and you were.
63, okay.
No,
I remember 67, she was over there when we got married.
She was over there when you got married, and she was over there when you got married.
Mhm.
And was she there? Was she home?
No,
No,
she
she was
was
not
home.
there when we got married.
Oh, she wasn't. Oh,
No,
okay.
she was back.
Okay.
She, do you know when she came back?
1970,
Yeah, but I meant
July.
July of 70. Well, yeah, that would have been about right because We were married in June of '69.
Do you remember when, in the wintertime, how, we would start up in the tobacco shed hill and sled the whole way to the creek? And you were there, you would push us off. You'd push us
I
off.
did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well,
And,
Yes, I was-
then you'd follow,
okay.
and I think you
Yeah.
wore a red scarf.
Well, I don't know
And a
what I
dark
wore,
coat.
but I know we, we had
That's
fun.
what I see. Oh, we had fun.
Yeah, I remember sledding, but I don't remember sledding with you guys. I remember sledding with him.
Where'd you start?
And we like to see who got the
Tobacco
burgers.
shed.
Yeah, we
You bet.
always,
Oh, yeah, did go down.
Yeah, up in the tobacco shed hill.
Yeah.
So where did this, maybe love-hate relationship with doctors come into play in terms of being your own prescribed medic? Where did that originate from?
I can tell you, when we were kids, I can remember growing, they said, well, we all run because he said the doctor was gonna stick needles in our ears.
I never heard that.
I remember that.
You was,
Who said that?
well, you were brought up
I don't
tough.
remember,
Oh, we
I
were.
mean, I don't
Remember
remember
all
that.
that.
Do you
for
remember
me.
that?
What?
Yep.
I never heard this
I'm
story.
sure Marie does too.
Who was the
I was
doctor?
sticking needles in her
Good,
ears.
you
Yeah,
go,
no, I
probably.
don't.
I don't know.
Yeah, he was coming to the house and,
Well, what was wrong with you?
well, I guess we had
I just.
Was he taking your temperature?
ear infections or something, I don't know.
So did you see that model from Grandma and Grandpa that
And
you,
we all
Well, I
scattered.
that you didn't go to the doctor more than absolutely
Mom
needed?
and Pop didn't go to the doctor
Well,
unless
yes,
we
they
had to
did.
go.
They
Not
went
unless we
every
had
month to have their blood pressure checked and to see Dr. Harriger.
Mom
Oh,
and
that was when
Pop.
they were
After-
older.
That was when
He's
they
talking
were
about
older.
when you were little.
When we
After
were growing
all
up,
married.
we didn't go to
okay.
the doctors unless it was necessary.
Yeah, I didn't
Well, I
either.
went pretty often because I had blood poisoning all the time.
Mm.
That's
Blood
right.
poisoning. Yeah, my nose bled so much. I went to the doctor a lot.
And so you survived in that long.
I went to I remember going to the doctor because I
Did you?
had yellow jaundice.
That's right, yes, you did.
When I was 4th or 5th grade, I had
And we had the mumps.
hepatitis. Yeah.
And you had lice.
And we had head lice.
Well, yes, Roseanne
I
had
didn't have
lice,
head lice.
but a good
You had
one.
lice too.
Yeah, I had
No
lice
wonder.
too.
That's what happened.
Well, didn't you get it from Evie Landis? I thought you told me.
That's what you said. You were
Well, they said that she was at the storm tried hats on.
Try hats. Oh.
I sat right up in front of her.
Just,
Pete? Well, she was right behind me, yeah, Todd,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, my granddaughter was there the other week and she said, "So I'm okay today." She said, "Yesterday I had lice, but today I'm okay."
Which one was that?
She was with her cousin and that and had lice. They jumped from that head to this head and then they washed everything and washed their heads and washed their towels and sheets and got rid of the lice. I was hoping that they get rid of them.
Going back to the dating, one of the stories I remember is the ducks that ended up in the back of that guy's car. And it was a sad date night for the poor guy.
Yeah, wasn't that cool?
And he lived, what, way below the gap?
Yeah.
He would bring these ducks back.
That was Harry Metzler, wasn't it?
Who put the ducks in the
I
No, it
don't
wasn't
know
Harry,
who
it
put
was
the
mine.
ducks there, but I've heard about it.
Well, she used to always wonder why the great,
Forget it. Forget it now.
Whose car did they put blocks underneath? Just jacked up and put blocks underneath and was that yours?
no,
I think that Irvin did that.
I remember they put Limburger cheese on your car when you got
but
married.
one,
Did they?
Yeah,
Ours.
yeah, I remember them doing that.
but one time,
But somebody,
Oh, yeah.
Adam Shank's John came in there and put a block on my car before it rang, the horn kept blowing.
Yeah, I think I remember that, but I think somebody put blocks on your your tires and you couldn't move.
No, I don't remember that. I know
Or
that,
was,
I heard that being done
that wasn't
already.
you, Jim. They didn't do
Well, I
that to
wouldn't
you.
have done something like
No,
that.
but it wasn't done to you. Well, you were the youngest. You dated the youngest, so nobody was there. Don't you remember, Jay?
What?
That somebody couldn't move because of
Oh,
their back.
I've done it to other people.
Yeah.
I did not, it wasn't anybody in this room.
Oh, okay.
You know, at the time, I almost broke my neck.
Well, that wasn't good.
I was being Bucky with scouting Doris and Johnny Landis. And Doris's mother's pretty short. Her wash line's down pretty low. And anyhow, Bucky and I, we went up to the wires, so we put the hood up and they heard us, so they stepped on the outside lights, so we slammed the hood down. And we start running, and here I ran right into the wash line. Bucky thought someone shot me, and I saw stars. And Doris came out, is he dead? Is he dead? Is he dead? Yeah. So then the worst thing, Johnny went to go home that night, going down the Harrisburg Pike. Here we didn't have the hood. Down right here, the hood flew up, broke right off, laid on top of the roof. So he took it back and put it in the yard. So and then the next time we were farming potatoes up here at the farm, and Johnny was helping us grade potatoes. And Monday morning, Johnny came up and here his hood was all. I didn't know what happened. Kermit says, Johnny, why is your hood off for? Oh, he said that some scouters last night. And I told Johnny, don't tell Pop. So anyhow, Pop, he went in to make a phone call to see when the potato truck's coming, and Pop came out, he saw his hood was off. He says, Johnny, why is your hood off for? Oh, Johnny said I had trouble with my motor being hot. Pop spit once, he chewed the back of it. So Johnny, that's not the reason. Man, I was forming potatoes to beat the band. I was sweating.
What would your dad done?
Well, I don't know. Then Johnny just said that, oh, we had some scouters. They know Pop said, that's a dirty trick. So then one time, me and Marvin Kerr went to Harris, Virginia to buy steers. That was about 20 years later. And I told him I thought it'd be in the safe side. So, yeah.
So I'm curious, through the years, when we always would play games as a family, Mom would always tell us you play to win. You don't just play, you play to win. And in addition to, there's a feistiness about her too. So I'm curious to know whether or not anyone else shares the same and where that came from. And you know what? We have a special visitor
Hello.
who's Skyping in for the party. Hey there.
Hey,
Can you do full screen?
we can't see you, but we can see, now we do.
Okay.
Oh my
All right,
goodness.
here.
Oh, hi, John.
We'll put you
Hi,
on.
John. Here, hi, Paige.
Mom, happy birthday.
Thank you. Wow.
Can they see her?
We having a very nice time this evening.
Yeah, they're staying.
Wish you could be here.
Yes. It'd be nice to be there.
John, Mel and I, we ordered a ham loaf and theirs wasn't any good. Yeah.
They had to get chicken instead.
Yeah. It was, must have been old meat over it, was sour.
They ate it all first, then they got a second meal.
The puking hasn't started yet, so that's what I'm saying. You can pass it around if there was a.
Here, over is Uncle Irvin. There's say hi to you.
Hi, John, Paige.
How are you?
Good, how are you? Here's Kathy.
Hi there, you guys. This is special. Yeah.
How are you guys doing?
Well, we're doing. Tilt your computer down just a little bit. We can't see. All we see is your Chrome demo. There you go.
Well, I got a pretty shiny one.
It matches yours.
Well, we're enjoying the evening with Mom and Pop here.
Yeah, we're hearing
Telling
stories.
stories.
Telling stories of when, before they were married or, whatever. So we're learning a lot, especially the spouses.
We would like to have them recorded so we can have that to pass on to our kids.
I think they're being recorded.
Oh, excellent.
Oh, hi there.
Hey, Clark.
Hey.
I like your hat. You should see my new Tough Mudder hat.
Oh, yeah?
Bright orange.
Did you do it again yet?
What's that?
Did you do it again yet?
It's for 3 weeks I'm doing it.
Ooh. Are you ready?
Doing some sort of a race.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
He talked
I
about
gotta log a few more miles on it.
He was
Nice.
talking about it when he was up at Christmas.
All right, well, here's Steve.
Paige just said she'll be going on it soon.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, I'm doing the recording for you.
That's nice of you. Very nice, very nice. You having fun?
Yeah, we're having fun.
Sounds pretty quiet over there. Oh, that's better. Yeah.
Are y'all getting a lot of stories about Roseanne's wild and crazy days before she got married?
We got a few.
She says we must be quiet. Yeah.
We keep passing it. Go ahead, pass it over. See ya. Bye.
Hello.
Hey, Jim.
How you get? Good. Good. Hey, you get everything cleaned off in the top there so you can go faster in this motor race.
You know it. I gotta ooze through the mud.
There you go. Hopefully not head first.
Well, that'll happen sometimes, I guess.
Tell them about Mila.
Did you hear about our newest grandbaby?
I did, yes.
Okay. It's one of
Mila.
Mila.
Mila Jayella. Yeah.
Everybody's doing well?
Yeah.
Yep.
So she's getting used to the cold right away, huh?
Yeah, they were going to take her out to Big Lake today, and Frederick said it was 20 below out there yesterday.
Wow.
How old is she now?
2 weeks old.
20 degrees below zero.
All right. Pass it on.
That's a nice look, John, Paige. Good to see you. This is nice.
Is the technology great?
Oh man, it's wonderful. And your mom is just telling us all about her influences on the younger kids in the family. You know, why we are the way we are. It's why we are the way we are. It was the influence of your mom.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's good. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Hey, it's good to see you.
Hello.
Hi, John, Paige.
Oh, you can see us there.
Yeah.
How about that?
They get home.
And
We had
thanks for the
the weed out
picture
here
at Christmas time.
on the
That was
TV,
really
and they
nice
were
picture of your family.
hunting, and
Very nice.
then they were bowling together.
They're having a good time. How close
Yeah.
in age are they?
Y'all doing well?
Yes.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Come on.
A year and a half, yeah,
You
well,
too?
Wyatt's
Is it cold down there?
5 and Luke's 7.
I
So
went
Wyatt would be
jogging
6 and Luke
with
would be 7.
short sleeves and shorts.
Oh, weird.
65 today.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Snowing up here. We got snow.
65.
Last-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell them we're gonna roll Roseanne in the snow tonight.
This is nice.
We had
They're
tornado
the
warning.
crazy.
Yeah, I heard that in the news.
Just do that in the camera. You ever see that?
Well, take care.
Kathy?
Good seeing you.
Yeah.
There you go.
What do you think?
Hey.
Isabel and Luke are over at the votes.
Okay.
They were gonna be here, but plans changed tonight where Sue went over to, Paige's mom went over to Shannon and Chuck, and then they asked the kids to come along. So kids are over there, and her and I got a chance to go out and
Almost
eat.
50 years.
Oh, that's
ago.
nice.
Wow,
Good.
that's nice.
Such time together lately.
It's nice they could celebrate their moms.
Tell Isabel I said hi.
Okay.
We'll do that.
She'll want to start with y'all another time.
Hey, Emerald.
Hi.
Pretty scarf.
Thanks.
We don't want to mess up the party.
Okay.
Yes.
Bye.
Very nice. This is a nice picture
Hey.
of your farm.
How are you guys?
Yeah, I was hoping to get painted this morning.
Good. It's.
Wanted to get the
I did,
picture,
yeah.
It was late, and then he came
I'll have
about
to
2
think
weeks
about
after
that.
the picture taken.
Yeah, I'll have to think about it.
You can, you can.
No, myself.
Hey,
So-
Tyler's gonna take the computer over and let you take a look at the cake.
No, he came this week.
What's left of it, it was just
And
that.
he had
Oh,
to
okay.
let it,
Yeah.
it was
Hey,
almost
yeah.
the whole day.
Okay.
That week was
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's really nice.
That's me, that's guy you can do.
Gee, I'll never forget the time you was going your wedding, going your honeymoon. I still spice me yet for that. Remember,
What spites you?
well, we were gonna throw confetti on it here. They snuck out the back door.
They were going and
That
we
was the
couldn't
days
even
when
get them.
confetti was still allowed.
Confetti and rice was still out. He was on the roof.
Well, it was at our house
It was at our house, so
Yeah.
he was on the roof of Russell Hester's house.
Who was?
You were.
No, I wasn't.
Somebody was on the
No,
roof.
I
I thought
wasn't.
you were up on the roof. Ray had dumped a whole bunch of
I think that was
Big girl.
What?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, I just made it. Okay.
No, it was big
Bread.
stuff.
Is that what it
We
is?
thought we had them.
I know.
That's in that Italian bread?
Like
Yeah,
sand
that's all right,
is
so she
between
wants
our
that, but I have
fingers.
brown bread there, I just made it today.
It's good they did because there were a lot of people looking for this.
Hey, Grandma, is this are these the flowers they sent?
Yes, yes.
Great. You guys see them?
Hello, everybody again.
Yeah. There's your flowers.
Turn it around.
Hey,
No, what is
Empty plates.
where they send?
Probably sitting right in their
Okay.
office where
Yeah, I
they're,
did.
where they're.
In front of
So those
yeah,
are the
right.
flowers they sent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any words that you'd like to
They
say
have a little
to
camera.
Mom before we wrap up?
That shows their picture and
Happy birthday.
yeah.
Thank you.
You're a wonderful mother, grandmother.
Yes, I was wondering.
Thank you.
Because my daughter
Thank you.
names
Thank
me
you.
of all kinds
Good
of stuff,
daughter.
and I don't think that's quite fair, but.
Well, thanks,
That's just the way- I
thanks for
wonder where
helping
it
to
comes
celebrate
from.
my 70th birthday. Okay?
I think I said
When they
all
play
four
games.
of them.
But how do you play a game?
Okay, well, thank you.
I would play a win.
I
You
paid.
have to cheat to win,
I
right?
paid.
They won't play games because we can cheat.
Do you cheat? Thanks guys for
Well, sure.
checking in.
You cheat. Well, depending on to play. Yeah.
What kind of
Cheat.
example to your kids? Your
Well,
kids.
They play to win.
You gotta win. Yeah, it's a win.
Yeah, but you have to win fair and square.
Well,
Then it's not
nobody
okay.
knows you're cheating, it don't matter.
Oh, you guys have a good night. All right, good night.
Well, who taught us to play that way?
Well, yeah.
That's recorded.
Oh, really?
So what did we miss? What did we miss? Carol
She
cheats.
cheats.
Well, I understand does too, and so does Irvin,
To win.
and so does Jay. And I don't know about Martha,
They
but
don't
Jay
cheat.
does.
Hey, she don't cheat. She plays to win.
Well, I cheat to win.
We play phase 10 together. And the last 3-4 times she always beats me.
Well, you get smarter as you
So
play,
did
as you play.
Grandma and Grandpa cheat too?
Well, that's what I wonder, how did we learn to play like that?
Well, you know, I won't play Monopoly with him. I won't even.
It takes
consider
too long.
Well, I don't
It
either.
has nothing to do with the time. He's impossible to deal with.
Well, and that's how he is with Monopoly too, because I won't play with that. I mean, I remember not playing
And
with that.
I won't play Rook with him either.
So what's behind all this feistiness?
We know nothing.
We can say where we think it comes from.
Sure.
I always heard it was blamed on the Hoovers.
That's what I always heard too.
I don't know. Would you know?
That's what I was trying to think.
That determinedness comes from the
Dad
Hoopers.
was very, very determined. I mean,
I would say it came more from Dad's side.
Probably from the Stoners.
Yeah, that's what I was
That's it.
gonna say.
That's
The
it. It's
stoner
from the
side.
stoner side. Yeah.
There's a high strongness came from the
His
Stoner side.
Yeah. What was Dad's mother's name? Amy.
Amy.
And I heard she was a Spitfire.
Mhm.
That's what I heard.
Spitfire.
Yeah,
So
was
she
a
had some
Spitfire.
sass to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amy Stoner. And that's where it came from. Just.
You can blame it all on Amy Stoner.
Mom was the one to keep everything.
Oh, yeah, your mother was calm.
She was the
Well,
calm, the
but-
one to keep everything.
But she also brought the Hooper competitive.
Oh, yeah, she did that. She
You know,
brought that
it
in.
was, the Hoopers were very competitive, very determined as well. It was a German, I don't know, it's the inbreeding.
I remember you saying your mom would always read the newspaper.
Oh, yeah.
She knew what
She
was
was up
happening
with
in
the
the world.
politics.
She
She
knew
was a
what was
politician,
happening.
that's right.
She liked TV.
And
too.
she liked to watch
Did she
the
watch
news.
the news?
She watched the news.
Oh, yeah.
She knew very much what was going on.
She was very opinionated.
So one of the other traits that Mom has, her love to cook. Was that evident in the home growing up? Did she do a lot of cooking, or where did that come from? Was it just kind of out of being responsible? Any memories on that?
Mom was a wonderful cook.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
I
Oh, yeah,
remember
was.
that. She was a good
So
cook.
Grandma modeled that.
She passed it
Yeah.
on.
Yes.
Yeah, we always had pork and sauerkraut probably once a week, Saturdays.
You did, once a week.
And Saturday nights we had hot dogs and tomato soup.
Yeah, my mom
And,
made
and then Sunday bread soup
Bread soup,
In the
yes.
summer,
in the summer.
summer. But we always
lemon
often had
rice.
chicken for Sunday dinner.
Mhm.
What'd you say? Lemon rice, yes.
Remember we used
Yeah.
to.
Oh,
My
yeah.
mom
Lemonade
always
rice.
made cracker
Oh,
pudding
but
for
did
Sunday
that have
dinner.
marshmallows in?
No,
that was
no.
we ate it as a
And
soup.
Saturday night, tomatoes.
Remember
Oh,
that?
it was like a refreshing thing.
Refreshing?
Very
Yeah.
refreshing.
Anything with
Lemon and
tomatoes, I don't
rice.
like.
Yeah.
I remember
'Cause
she
we ate
made
that
that
first.
creamed carrot, baked creamed carrot.
But she only did that
Those
after she was
rocking chairs.
65 or 70. She didn't do that early.
That was,
I don't remember that.
Okay.
I always liked that.
But bread soup,
Yes,
Bread soup, yeah.
yeah.
I didn't think you remembered. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah. Yeah, you
I
toast
thought-
your bread first.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daddy. Put blueberries on it,
Yeah, it's bread soup.
strawberries,
No, no.
usually blueberries, I remember.
So how far back do you have to go in your family to spoke German? When did it stop that?
Remember in the summertime, Pop would always bring,
Snow?
he'd go to Lancaster and bring oysters.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice, my dad did that too.
Yeah.
Nice little
And
lamb.
shad.
Shad.
Yeah.
And
I
shad
don't really
roe.
care
They
for
told us
that.
about
They
that.
like it.
Generation.
Shad.
80 cents a day.
Yeah.
That was
I mean,
tradition.
they bring a whole
We
shad.
brought down.
Yeah,
The
whole
other side of Coney
Yes.
Dam.
Wonder
Place
why
we
that
get
died out.
fish.
Yeah, but Mother would never eat the fish. Remember? She would get sick over it.
Yeah, but she would eat shad though.
Would she eat the
Yes,
shad?
she did.
She
Yeah, I
ate
thought
shad.
she ate
Okay.
shad.
But she wouldn't eat anything other,
She wouldn't
any
eat
other
any of
kind.
the other
She
fish.
eats my suckers, I call them.
What?
My suckers and carp I would catch. She would eat, try it.
Well, maybe a little
We
bit.
used to go fishing and get me carp and suckers. No, she ate.
No, I don't even think you ever caught it. You dressed
Yeah,
it. You
I
dressed
think
it,
Urban
didn't you?
caught some. I would go fishing with you sometimes and
That
told
was
them
a,
to stay away.
that was all the sewer
What,
came
I
down
told
through
you to
that
stay
creek.
Stay away, cause you chase the fish away.
That's what made the suckers go
The
away.
sewer came down through our stream. We
Well,
used to
yeah,
walk
through
down
the-
the Conestoga
Carol,
and
let's,
fish.
Oh,
let's
okay.
explore that. Let's explore that.
I was 5 years younger than him, so you know, I had to obey.
Well, the fish would see you and move.
Yeah. Yeah.
You recall going out to the rain shelters and closing the doors after dark or right at dusk?
That's how they did you them days,
You bet
yeah.
I do.
Oh, yeah.
And the fox would come?
Well, we didn't see the foxes, but we closed them because the foxes were around.
Get them, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we get up early and inject those chickens. And then catch them and then we have to inject each
Yep.
one.
Oh, remember when we used to debeak them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I debeak them.
Stink.
Yeah.
I can smell that, yes.
Oh, yeah,
The burning.
that's a horrible smell.
And you guys would do it, you'd have to do it to the
Chickens and
chickens.
ducks, and then she'd put,
Oh, I used to
start
hate
newspaper
That's why it's such
in a
a
bucket and then
stink.
burn burn that.
Now, Marcy,
Thank you.
were you around, like, you don't say anything about, like, do you guys hear any youngest, right?
Yeah, see you tomorrow. See you.
Grandpa?
You gonna be there tomorrow?
Where are
So,
we
do
going
you
tomorrow?
remember any of these stories, or?
Yeah, I
did you-
remember debating the
chickens.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
Take care of you.
Somebody got on to
Yeah.
this thing that, oh, it was.
Yeah.
the
Keep
purpose
him
of
straight.
debaking was-
See you guys.
Keep grandpa
Oh,
straight.
yeah.
Pick up the other
We'll
piece.
try.
You got your hands
That's
together.
a job.
See ya.
Yeah.
Good boy.
I got it.
I heard you had grandsons this
Oh,
thing.
there.
Huh?
Nice
They gotta
boys.
keep you straight.
Thousands of
Oh,
children.
I keep James and Carol Clifford.
Sure, she probably did, because I was,
Yes, I did, sure.
well, remember when, do you remember when you cut my fingers? When you grabbed that knife and cut my fingers? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
I never heard that story. Well, I heard a lot of new stories.
Well, I think, and I,
And you're supposed to be taking care of me and left me put my hand on the hot oven. Or my thumb, and I was
he was only about
miserable.
For
hardly a
for
year
weeks.
old, and I was holding him,
And how old were you at that time?
well, I was born in 42, and he was 50.
50, so.
So I was 8 years old.
Years old.
You were going like this, and you got your hand down in that hot burn. I don't know
I
what
bet you never did
That hurt Jay.
But he burned his thumb.
Again,
You know what, but
And
then
then
he
he
burned his
his
hand.
leaked for
He
weeks.
burned his hand by trying to, here a
I
couple
mean, he
years
burned his
ago.
thumb, and that was the one you sucked, and that was the only thing that kept you quiet.
Oh, he burned his,
And then you howled from then on.
and then you know where they always put me to sleep? In the crib next to that chimney up in that one room that had, the owls would come down that
Yeah.
chimney and have that metal plate on the side of the chimney
I can
where they
see
used
it.
to have the stove pipe going in.
Uh-huh.
And the owl would sit in and go, hoo, 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 and I was sure he was coming out after getting me.
And you know, for years you
Yeah,
would
I
tell
don't
that
remember
story to me. Yeah, either you had nightmares about it or something.
I can hear it this day.
I can see that chimney yet with that.
You're probably dreaming about it tonight.
What's the knife story? No, we need to hear the knife story.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, how old was I?
Yeah, I never heard about the knife
Well, you
story.
had it.
I grabbed they said I grabbed a paring
the
knife,
shivers.
and it must have had two hands on it, because you yanked it out, and they cut both my fingers, because I still have the marks there.
Oh, my
And
word.
they took me to
These are rough.
went to the doctor.
They took me to Lebo, and he did Novocaine and sewed me up.
Oh! This is one your dad didn't, so the doctor would have did the same thing.
Little bit wire.
Oh, my word.
Or a staple goes.
Well, that reminds me of, remember John wanted some arrows. He had a bow and arrow, and he brought a stick in and wanted you to carve just a little niche in so that it would fit in the, the arrow, or the bow. And so you were holding the stick and you're carving it down like this and sliced open her thumb, just kind of.
Laid it, flayed it.
You were laying out on the couch and you had a she wrapped it up real tight, didn't go to the doctor. And she's laying there lightheaded and all that. That made a real deep impression in my memory.
Yeah, but now one time she cut her finger doing celery. It was into
Remember
the
that?
bone and she didn't bother going to the doctor.
I was trimming celery for you and it was my thumb. And I just
sliced the whole thing out.
Who?
Oh, I don't remember.
I remember I went home.
She saved you some workman's comp there.
She's due some workman comp yet.
What'd you say? What'd you
She's
say?
due some workman's comp.
Healed shut.
Well, that's like Johnny had all 4 wisdom teeth pulled, he came home and changed around, went up back to work and cried her. The same day, yeah.
Our boys did that too.
Huh?
Our boys did that too. Had it pulled.
We were accused of being Dr. Pipers. Where'd you get your license as a doctor?
Who accused?
I don't know, I've heard that different times. When did you get your license as doctor?
Hey,
Go ahead.
Henry Esham was at church last Sunday.
Really?
He's
How old?
95 years old and he drove in
Oh,
from Chambersburg. Yeah, he looks good.
Wow.
He's no cane or nothing.
Did his wife come with him?
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
She looks good.
Mm.
Yeah. They were sitting right beside us at church.
Wow.
I remember staying overnight and sleeping in your bed with you one time. There was a couple times, we just, yeah. Now, I'm curious, they often say, I hear it from our kids, oh, that I will parent differently, I parented Tyler differently than what I parented Mary. Now, there's distinct age differences here, like 3 older ones, 3 younger ones. Were there any similarities or differences that you saw in parenting?
Oh, she
Oh,
got,
yeah.
she
got it all.
She got away with
Anything.
murder. Oh, yeah, she was the one who got away
Sure,
with it.
the oldest one you're protecting.
But
you got-
he was hard to train.
So he would have been, they would have bought the book Dobson Strong World Children?
Yeah, well, I think Daddy took the paddle first.
Paddle.
Because he got paddled a lot.
Really, Irvin says he never got paddled.
No, he was a good boy.
Oh, he never got in trouble.
But I don't recall you ever getting paddled.
Oh, he did,
I
a
recall him taking you out of the high chair and going into the hallway, going to where you go upstairs.
Yeah.
And
that's where they
really
paddled.
giving you a growling. But
Is
I
that
don't
Daddy?
recall ever see, yeah,
Oh, no, then after later, he took the paddle along.
is that
But
right?
The older he got. Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't,
Yeah.
I
You don't
couldn't have said there
remember?
was even a paddle around.
Mom, what did Mom, do you remember what Mom told me one time? Before she passed away, she just said, oh. Yeah, right.
Well, Mom, didn't you tell me
But
that?
I was a teenager when she says something about, I don't know what to do with you anymore. That's what it was.
Do you want to say it a little bit louder so the camera can hear you?
I don't know what to do with you anymore.
Oh, she was saying that to you at a
She
teenager.
said that to me. Yeah.
Do you remember what you were doing? that
We were good
prompted?
kids.
We were. I
Yeah.
thought so too.
Well, yeah, we obeyed and
Carol said,
went out to the barn and did eggs and listened to the Jack Haynes show every night.
That's
Yeah, we
right.
used to listen to
I
Jack
don't
Haynes.
know how many
betcha.
chickens I drowned.
The Lone Ranger.
Yeah.
No, I remember you and I playing a lot together.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
So did you pick on your sisters?
No, I don't know.
no, I think he was
Why
just
was-
contrary.
Oh.
Dorothy said you used to stand her up against the pump house and throw baseballs at her. She was supposed
Yeah,
to-
but I always caught him.
She
Oh,
learned to catch them.
They were coming like 100 miles an hour, and I caught them.
She learned she had to catch them.
I caught every one of them.
I said, you get over there and you catch them.
I remember playing baseball, and I got hit in the eye a couple times with a bat, in the head or something. I guess that's what's wrong with me now, I guess.
Well, we spent a lot of time out there packing eggs, creating eggs.
And you know, we spent a lot of time shelling peas.
Yeah.
You would
Yes.
remember that.
Yeah.
We would sit on the porch for hours
Yeah.
and shell peas.
Yeah.
And did you do that for Lord's Acre? I remember
Oh,
Lord's
no,
Acre
this
barn.
was Pfeiffer family.
This is the Pfeiffer
100
family.
quart.
100 quarters.
Wow.
We have 5
Took a lot of
bushels.
shelling it.
Oh, I
Pieces.
bet, yes. I
Didn't they
remember
have
that.
those machines back then?
No.
Yeah, but
No.
Mom wouldn't take them.
No,
No.
no.
She wouldn't
They
take
had
them.
them, but Mom wouldn't. She said, you lose too many.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
bruised it, yeah.
Well, you bruised
That
it.
was the Hooper mom.
Yeah, I was very frugal.
Yeah, I remember sitting there for
for hours and hours and
And
hours.
we would shell lima beans too.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah. And pick potatoes, pick
Yeah.
up potatoes.
Yep.
A lot of potatoes was always planted.
Back over in the snowstorms, you used to have, put the peeps in your dining room?
Remember
Oh,
the peeps in
yes.
the dining room?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Electric was
Yeah, I
on.
remember that
it
Yeah,
was a 58,
58, yeah.
yeah. And that's when, the guy come from off the road, what was his name?
Mr. Comp.
No,
Yeah.
Barefoot.
Barefoot stayed there over that time
Yeah.
too, I think,
Yep.
didn't it?
He got stuck out there just below our lane on Route 72.
Yeah,
And he was just about frozen himself when he came in and asked to stay overnight.
He saw the porch, he saw the light,
Yeah.
the barn.
Mom got a basin of water out, and he put his feet in that basin, and it was cold water, she just kept making it a little bit warmer, I remember that.
Is that right?
It was cold water because his feet were so cold.
and I remember the next morning when I got up, he was sleeping on the couch, and he had the covers pulled all over his head, and I thought, how can anybody sleep that way?
That's how I see it.
He was driving tractor and trailer out there.
Carol, that's how I sleep at nighttime, we have no heat
Oh.
upstairs.
You ought to have a, wear a beanie hat at night.
I pull the sheet out over my blanket and
Oh,
it'll fit.
okay.
Dr. Oz says it's healthy to sleep in a cold room.
We
Dr. It's good for your heart and everything.
We do, yeah.
Just this week, he said.
Yeah,
Who's
Okay.
Doctor Who?
Dr. Oz on TV.
Dr. Oz said it.
He's talking about people not being able to sleep, and he said, chill out,
But we chill out all right.
and you'll sleep.
Now that,
Lower the temperature.
that reminds me, did, growing up, were there any little catchphrases that grandma or grandpa would say to you guys that, whether it be chill out or relax or that you remember?
You
Oh,
remember being
yeah,
snapped in the ear.
Yeah, my dad used to do the
Buy-
cup show. They call it a cup show.
Buy low, sell
I don't
high.
know, it's so
I'm
hot.
cheap, so.
Was that,
Yeah.
sell high, was
That's
that,
the Mennonite
was that playing
way.
Monopoly or was that in real life?
No, it's real life.
Okay.
Yeah. Wouldn't you say that was in real life?
Mom, when Mom would rock us.
Oh, she
I'm
denies
cheap,
that.
so high.
She denies that.
What's this?
She denied that.
When she rocked them.
That's what
in the
they
rocking
made
chair.
up. They made that up.
Back and forth, I'm cheap, so.
Yeah. That was the Mennonite way.
Was that more than just your parents?
That was the whole that old
More
generation.
people say that.
I don't know where that came
Guess
from.
what did he say?
What's that?
What did he say?
Probably from the Hooper son.
I didn't get that.
Buy 'em low and sell 'em high. Was it more than just, I always thought it was something you guys thought. Your mom
I
denied
don't
that.
think Daddy didn't say that so
I
much,
don't
did he?
believe, no. I don't know if there was any other sayings that, I don't know.
Well, you had to always watch out for Annie Herb, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was one thing, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was scared of black people who were dressed in black to this day.
She came
Oops.
poking around one time.
And walking across the field.
Oh, I didn't walk across the field.
Well, you remember her coming in the front walk one time, dressed in black in a hot summer day with the black umbrella.
What was that for?
We thought she had a gun.
Yeah, well, she just appeared.
Yeah, I know.
And
I know.
we were all playing around there, and all at once we saw her come in, and we scattered like chickens. I know you were there too, Roseanne.
Yeah, I,
Do you remember the Ober girls?
oh, yeah.
Do ya?
Oh, yeah, I
I don't
remember the-
remember them too much.
When Nancy was my age, and she died about 62 years old.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Irvin used to date one of them.
Which one, Mary?
Well, you sneak up there all the time.
Through the cornfield.
I'm going up to the ogres.
There it comes.
Hey, Glenn.
Hey.
Surprise.
Yeah, this is a surprise.
Pop didn't allow us to get out of the yard.
Carol, she talks about the time your dentist, Dolan, pulled her teeth and you walked home, ain't
I
Yeah,
can't
we
believe
used
that.
to walk home
Oh,
from
yeah.
Petersburg.
Absolutely, we
know,
walked
I
home.
don't
We would walk
remember
home
doing
with
that.
the Ogres
Mm-hmm.
and the Martins
And the fairs.
and the Fairs, yes.
Uh-huh.
We walked to school and we walked home from school.
You did?
Yeah.
Both up,
Yes, we did.
both
Yes.
ways is uphill.
Yeah.
I think both ways be up here and going
Now, talking about the dentist and getting it, did you tell them the story, your most recent dentist story? And this is a little example of Mom's little sass, and her quick wit about going to the new dentist, because see, we had been going to Dr. Lutz, and I mean, I remember going to him as a child.
Oh, you remember him?
Oh, and I just quit going to him about a year ago.
Really?
After
Janice.
Daddy was home.
You are loyal. Bless you.
Well, Jay, I went to
I
him last
figured,
spring,
as
yeah.
long as he didn't have Parkinson's, I was okay, you know.
Jay,
So
I
I
went to him last
transitioned to a new
spring.
dentist, and Mom did too, and she has a very interesting dentist story.
Did Dr.
That-
Lutz still have the old,
Oh,
the old
yes.
grinder?
Nothing has
Yeah, I was there
changed.
this
Nothing
spring.
changed.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So you all moved on to other dentists?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
They can get repair parts for that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
went to him because
I
he
couldn't
was
get my kids there.
cheaper than the rest. But Mom has a very
But
interesting
no, I don't
dentist.
think he was much cheaper than you.
Yeah, oh, compared to who I go to now, good grief.
Well, I know.
So tell them your story, because this gives you an example of Mom's,
Perseverance.
sass.
Or
Are
what?
you
Well,
free to
the
tell?
reason we went to Dr. Lutz, do you know why?
Get your teeth
Do you know who we learned to know him from?
No?
You don't know that story?
Uh-uh.
Okay. We went to Dolan, okay?
Well, I didn't remember Dolan.
I
You don't remember. Do you remember
See, I only
Dolan?
went when I after about 12
was
years
right-
old. I
he
went
was
to the dentist. Now it's
two
time for her to
houses.
go to the dentist.
Well, yeah,
He
I
was there
I don't
on
walk
Main
away.
Street.
It's time to get up.
You know where the church is today?
Yeah.
And the school was in the back there where the fair
Yeah.
house is? Okay. He was about 2 houses down on Main Street.
I couldn't
Okay.
have said that. I don't know that.
Mhm.
I don't remember that.
Because I would go to the dentist after school.
Uh-huh.
And then,
Did you have to go to the dentist a lot?
I don't know, I had bad teeth.
Every other month?
Every
Anyhow,
4 years.
this one time,
Still has your
he
teeth.
pulled one of my molars.
Yes, I knew
Okay.
that. Yeah.
I bet I wasn't more than 8 years old. I can't see how Mom left us walk home. Anyhow, the dentist didn't call, but, and I started walking home. Well, then I guess he did get a little
Dolan got a little concerned.
concerned, so he called Mom.
Oh.
And then after that, that was the last that we ever went to him.
Oh, that's
And
how he got
She came and
Lutz.
got me then. Well, then Maury Fries, Mary and Maury went to this Dr. Lutz.
Oh.
You didn't know that?
No.
And that's how we started to go into him then.
Well, he was a good dentist.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
sure he was. Mm-hmm.
So Mom, let's fast
Yeah.
forward to present day. She went to the dentist, a new dentist, other than Dr. Lutz, what, about a month ago, 2 months ago maybe?
No, it was in the fall.
In the fall.
Yeah.
And they did the full x-ray, a couple times around your head.
18 times.
Okay,
18
18
x-rays.
times.
Huh?
18.
They sure will find some bad
Well, your
teeth
head
for
isn't
them.
that big.
You definitely
Well, it was probably every different angle,
Well, he even saw my brains too.
So
Yeah.
they read the x-rays
That's
and
right.
determined that,
I have I need extensive dental work. So,
I said, where
to
did
the
you
tune
come
of,
from?
so
to the tune of
Yeah, well, I never told anybody how much.
Oh,
Probably
okay.
8 to 10
So-
thousand.
Okay.
What?
Probably 8 to 10,000.
So I told him, we'll do it gradually.
Plus one.
We'll do it gradually.
That's wise. He
Well,
might
I
not like
think you're
that idea,
exaggerating.
but-
For what you told me, she said to me, she told him,
She said.
when I have all the cash, then I will come and get your work done. I told that story to so many people, I just think it's so funny.
I have all
the cash. So is that,
That's a
is
good
that,
answer.
is that Piper coming through, or is that Uber, or is that Stoner coming through?
I'm going to my own dentist, so I found a new one.
So you don't go to the same dentist?
No.
You ain't gotta spend cash to do the same?
You're not gonna have to spend 10,000 on yours.
Dennis, how he told me, who he goes to, and he said he's good, and over there, Harrisburg Pike,
Okay.
right below where the township is there.
Okay.
I didn't go yet, but when I.
So when you have all
So
the
what
cash,
did
you go back.
Did you
Well,
get the
why should
cash
I-
together yet?
I didn't get it all together.
Oh.
So what do you have
So-
to have done?
You might have to sell the farm
What do
to
you have to have done?
Dennisville.
But it's like this,
I'd go buy dental insurance quick.
I think your teeth look great.
Yeah, as long as you don't
They
have
do.
toothache, you
Well,
want to be,
I mean,
at this
I never
age.
knew I had cracked teeth.
Hey,
I mean, they
find
take these
anything wrong
x-rays
with
and they
you.
tell me, oh, you got cracked teeth, and they, well, they never bothered me,
There we have
and,
abscess
oh, and
tooth
he,
and stuff,
he didn't put the filling in right, and it's not flush,
Oh,
well,
that's-
They
listen.
want the business, they want
So
the
I
business.
thought, okay, you'll just wait until I'm ready to have it done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is that the paper way?
that's the Pfeiffer way.
I think that's a pretty good way.
No, the Piper
I mean, if
way
I had
is even
toothache-
wait a little longer.
Huh?
If I had cavities and toothache, okay,
Yeah, that is different.
it's a
Yeah,
different
I
story.
think too.
So,
Well, Mom she was it was very important for us to go to the dentist twice a year.
oh, sure. It's
Because
not
I
that
think, cause Daddy, he had all his pulled, and
Yeah,
I don't think she wanted that for us.
no, I expect to take care of my teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why did Daddy's teeth
I wonder too.
wear down like they did? I remember.
They wore
he-
down.
Well, yeah, his teeth were worn down.
Well, he had, you mean even the, braces,
No, that was before he got his plates.
I don't remember.
I do, I very, very.
Maybe he, what's that, when you do it night, you grind your
Oh,
teeth?
yeah.
I don't know, but
You
his,
do some of that.
his teeth
Yeah.
wore down.
You grind your teeth at night.
And finally it got to the point that he had some sickly problems, and they said it was from the teeth, and that's why he got he got plates and had them all taken out.
Oh, it was draining.
It was
Infection-
infection that was
infection
going
that
into
was
the
draining.
system, yeah.
System, that's right, I
Yeah.
remember that, that's right.
Now, I have to come back to this. Why did Mom say to you when you were a teenager, I don't know what we're gonna do with you?
No,
No, she said that about when you were smaller.
Oh,
She
okay.
didn't say that about you as a teenager. She said
Well,
it
you used
to
to run
you.
around with Joe Huttenstein, and he had a machete.
He had more than that.
I knew he had a lot of stuff that, because I think Mother and Daddy warned you then.
Oh, they warned me so often.
Well, did you
at this house.
set some off.
I came home one time, burnt hand, because we had a pipe bomb. that
Oh,
blew
I
up.
remember that, yeah.
Well, that was Joe Huttenstein.
That was Joe
Joe
Huttenstein, we
Huttenstein,
made
yeah.
pipe bombs
Are you gonna take a Mennonite Your Way trip with him? Joe and Joyce?
Oh,
Is
really?
that what they're doing?
They joined Mennonite Your
Well,
Way.
we're gonna
with,
take over Lane and Nancy.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, they want to get
You
out.
guys could, if you go along, you guys could really entertain the whole bus the whole way and the whole way back.
You wouldn't have to stop the sightseeing, you'd have entertainment the whole time.
Pipe bombs in a bus.
Well, Jay, did you sell along Lansville camping grounds one time?
Yeah.
What about that echoed?
Oh my goodness, I can just hear that.
By the time the
Were
police
you,
were out
were you
too.
there that time? Kathy, were you there?
I remember that story, there's something about, I forgot
There was
about
thousands of people there.
So you were the Mennonite Taliban.
Yeah, you're right.
Where'd you put a bomb off? They put a bomb off over there.
Well, Dan Neff's cousins came in from out west, and they made this homemade bomb that was probably 3 times the size of what M80s were.
Oh.
Yeah, we used to get it, these cherry bombs and M80s. Well, this thing was huge. And right about invitation time at the service, at the camp meeting.
You were gonna
we put
scare
all
them
these
into getting
bombs.
saved.
Yeah, I bet they all got saved, the Lord's coming.
I mean, it lit up the whole camp meeting ground. It was, that one scared us. I mean, we jumped fences and out of there, and the police moved in, and we but that was.
None of you got caught?
Nobody got caught.
Nobody got caught.
Did you make the papers? Like, did the story make the papers?
I don't know if it did or not. The story made the papers.
Wasn't that the year they put metal detectors in them?
So I'm curious, and you don't have to answer this question if it's too sensitive, but how did you guys learn about the birds and the bees? Did Grandma and Grandma sit down and talk?
The birds, oh, your parents didn't talk none about that.
No, never did.
No.
But one time
I know what Irvin told me.
List of questions.
I know what he told me. He told me that his dad told him you keep your pants shut.
Oh,
Well, isn't that what you tell your
That's-
boys?
That's all he
Yeah,
knew.
I do. I have. Yeah, you're not gonna have any problems to keep your pants zipped.
one time I asked my mom, why you have a belly button for? Oh, she said, that keeps your skin together. She told me. Yeah. She didn't tell me the real thing. That's what the cord was.
Every once in a while.
So it was not talked about.
No, my dad
Nothing
never
was-
taught me about, no.
Didn't Mom ever tell you anything?
She never told me nothing.
Dad wanted me
Even
to,
though.
Dad had a cow that was
Mom tell you anything?
Oh, that's where he
needed to be bred,
Yes.
and there was there was a bull brought in, and I was supposed to get up and watch this one morning, and I couldn't get out of bed. And
Until
then there
Mom
was
came and
another
said,
time-
you get out there.
So I missed it all. And then at the same time, there was a calf being born, and I was supposed to see that too, and I never got out
Yeah,
of
I
bed.
saw that one time.
You said you were told to get out of here for something.
I don't know, I don't remember that quite, but
Well, you said you couldn't understand why the grape was always the top of the head.
Why, what?
The grape would be right in the head still. Oh, yeah. They were the days.
I guess Pop thought it was no help for me.
But if your mom never said anything to you girls about anything, no wonder she never said anything about any of the miscarriages or anything.
Yeah.
You know, that was.
I think maybe
very
she did say
private.
something to me the day of my wedding. I can think a little bit.
Well, back then, they didn't even talk about being pregnant. I mean, I remember my mother saying that you did not talk about that, that it was, I don't know, but you just didn't talk about it.
Right, and you did not let your body be revealed at all.
Right.
I mean, you
Oh, right.
covered that today, you know. You see everything.
Jay, one time, Kermit, they were at our church years ago, Wild League, and they were sitting back there, in the ante rooms, all these people had all their hats hanging up in the rack, they switched them all around.
But see, then they didn't have TV back then. You know, so there was no there was no way that you would see anything unless you were told about it.
That's true.
Wonder you had any kids, right?
You know, I remember in 7th grade in school, we had a health class. And
Oh, yeah, I did, I remember health class too.
No, it was 5th grade. In 5th grade, the school nurse came to the school and all the girls were to meet with the nurse. And at that point, she gave us.
In 5th grade already?
Yeah.
Wow.
In 5th grade, because we were told not to go back and say anything to the boys. I mean, it was just supposed to be like a girls' health class, and that's when they gave us a booklet to take home, and that was our sex education, you know, and that was to like premenstrual. And that was the purpose, to let us know that. Well, I remember I took that home and showed that book to Mother, and I didn't know too much of anything until, you know, I remember the day, that day, you know, when I told her, she says, oh, okay, we'll go to, and then she talked about it, but not much before. We weren't supposed to talk about it to the boys. We weren't supposed to show the boys this book. Or flyer, or what, pamphlet, or whatever it was. And that would have been, I would have been about in 6th.
I think I was in grade school, I shouldn't say this, but it came to my mind. I heard the F word, and I don't know if I asked you or asked you, and it was something about it, and they just said, well, you do it behind a pole. That's how I associate that word.
My dad used to always sing, I got my education out behind the barn.
We want to make sure that the video continues to stay a G rating. Oh, it's just to document the conversation. John and Paige, we'll put it, it'll be a YouTube video, play for YouTube.
No, John and Paige wanted to be able to see it.
Yeah.
What? John and Paige want to see it, so,
Yeah.
since they couldn't be here.
Cut that.
So I'm curious, did Grandma and Grandpa, did you feel like they felt peer pressure? Because I think you feel peer pressure at any age or any stage in life. Was there any, I know we talked about competition, but that might not necessarily meant that you were competing with other families, but any peer pressure or that would have been part of the family, or the sense that we need to be somebody other than who we are or keep up with, or?
Mom would say, I remember, I mean, maybe some of this stuff stood out to me just coming in the family. She'd say, just be yourself.
Just be yourself.
Just be yourself.
I always thought that was what the Quakers were good at.
Being themselves.
Yeah.
That regardless of who you were accepted. Yeah.
If you would put yourself, like, especially because for Irvin's trouble in school, was it 5th grade? 5th grade, they held him back. And she would always say, no, you were okay, we just held you back. You didn't flunk. Nothing like that, nothing to put him down. We just held you back.
And he flunked.
Well, I didn't say that to Dad.
Did you flunk? I flunked too.
But that was really hard in you when school started.
About that.
Huh?
That was really hard in you when school started again.
Yeah.
How many years of counseling were you?
I mean, that
Therapy were you?
Oh, there was no counseling.
What grade was it?
because Robert Denninger went on,
Yeah.
and you stayed back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Grandma was an encourager.
But, I mean, and they shouldn't have done that to you.
Well, they should have probably held me back from starting when I did in first grade. They should have held me back then.
Did you start at 5?
I started at 5.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
But now I started, Nancy Ober, birthday was in January, just a couple days before being here.
Oh, really?
And she and I, and Evie Landis, her birthday was in December. Okay. And we were all in the same class. We all started first grade together.
Is she,
So what grade?
41? Is she December of 41 or December of 42?
Nancy would have been December, she'd have been
He was 43.
43. She had to have been January of 43, because I was January of 42.
Oh, okay.
And Evie was
December of,
December of 42.
okay. So you were older than,
So
you
I
were
was,
older. Yeah,
from January to September, so much older
yeah.
than what those other girls were. Yeah. Nowadays, they don't do that.
Did you see the paper today? There was these 5 kids that were interviewed yesterday and
Oh, yeah,
asked
I saw.
Yeah, I saw that
asked
too.
what
Yeah.
was
Question.
Should I get it?
you could, but well, anyways, the one kid answered, "Remember who you are."
Yes.
That
I saw
was something we heard at home. Remember who
Yeah.
you are.
And what did that mean? Like, where were they, what was the context that they were making that statement? Like, remember you're a piper?
Remember your good name,
Okay.
in other words.
Hold your head up.
Hold your head up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to be ashamed.
And you're not, when you leave the house, you don't go and disappoint your parents.
Another thing Dad would say was, don't do something today that you'll be sorry for the rest of your life.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Don't do something today. You'll be
So
sorry for
mom
the
and
rest
dad would say
of
that.
They would say that.
Like a plate bomb or something.
That's exactly right.
What mantra do you live by?
Yes, what mantra do you live by?
Yeah.
You got some elementary students there.
Yeah, one of them's in our Sunday school class.
There it is.
I think, I remember Mom saying that, you know, she would get, sometimes they were late to get into church and somebody else, some other lady, and she was always on time. And I think she must have said to Mom, you know, we were always late or something. You know, that upset Mom, you know, she didn't like that lady too good. You know,
There's always a certain amount of concern of what everybody else thought.
Yeah, oh,
Especially
yeah.
with Dad. There's
Yes.
always
Yeah.
worried, or the
Yeah.
fear of what other people are saying. That was very prominent for
Yeah.
some reason.
And yet she told Kathy, just be yourself. Did she
Yeah.
feel like she was okay to be herself?
I think that fear was more prevalent of your dad than your mom,
I think you're
as,
probably.
coming into the family, you know, from that
You're gonna
perspective.
say something, Jim.
I was wondering if that was not just a Piper thing, if that was common. Because I
think it's a
remember
common
being,
thing from the German.
I remember being told, make sure you put clean underwear on every day, because what if you're in an accident? and had to go
Yeah.
Never heard that one.
I did, you know, when I call it dirty or something.
We still live by that, don't we?
Yeah, excuse me, I got chicks.
What parent babysit still, didn't you?
Yeah,
Janice is a
you're-
bit. Huh?
Janice and John were my little children.
Well, you were only, what, how old were you then?
I was 10.
How was that old?
And what were you guys doing? Or you need that, you need
Well, were we
babysitters?
playing tobacco or what?
Well, I used to
Oh,
help,
they were
I used to
working.
help her make meals for cause there was a whole bunch of men came
You
through.
did, yeah, when you
Yes.
cut tobacco, I don't remember you helping.
Yeah, I
Do
seen
you?
a lot too.
Do you? Or the,
Yeah, she was here. Yeah, I remember you helping.
Yeah.
There was a year or two there, I thought she had a little brother and sister. Every time I saw her outside of school or church, I always had Janice and John with you.
you know, when Janice grew up at 16, we kinda held her back, she wanted to pierce her ears and stuff, then we had to wait, she had to wait till 18, but when Julie grew up, we didn't care. Let the young, the last one.
That's
You
one
don't
of the-
hold back.
Which explains my question earlier. Did you see a difference in the parenting, the 3 older ones versus the 3 younger ones?
She's still bitter.
Janice, did you grow up with the same competitive spirit?
I have said,
Did you hear
competitive
Carol
spirit rears its ugly head.
Yeah, when she
It
plays
does.
games, she
The what?
cheats to
Oh,
win.
that's.
It rears its
that's
ugly
what I
head.
was doing.
Yeah, I think I'm mellowing,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
And one time Janice,
Now, this is about mom. It's not about me.
well, yeah, well, this is,
No,
this
I
is
wasn't
one
perfect.
story.
I
She
wasn't the
just,
model mom.
she just got a new pair of them painter pants, as you call them, and they ride their bicycle there at the big train, and they got off the school bus. John was picking her and she fell and tore her pants, so
Yeah.
Mom, she goes over and buys her new pair, so she go roller skating.
Well, I think it's interesting, I mean, you know, when you think
She went
about.
skating, fell in love, and got married.
That's where I was talking to Tyler this morning, and I don't know if anyone has read the birth order book by Dr. Kevin Lehman, but it talks about, you know, the ideal match, like I'm a firstborn, and you're kind of the youngest. And so Tyler and I were kind of talking about that, you know, the balance that comes out of that, what, you know, for us. And did you see that in Grandma and Grandpa, you know, that what Grandma had, Grandpa needed, and vice versa? Does that make sense?
Mhm.
And if so, what was that? Do you need an example, or,
Where were they in birth order?
well, was Grandma, where were they in birth order?
They were both middle kids, weren't they?
They were both middle, okay.
It's surprising they got any.
So according to that book, one of them was probably a manipulator and the other in the
Yeah,
trying to
she's trying to
smooth
keep
things
peace.
out.
Yeah.
Keep peace.
Yeah, I would hear mom say, oh, daddy, you know, oh, daddy this, or, you know, you sort of remember that, you know, that's how daddy wants it, or,
Yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
do you remember that, Martha? Oh, okay.
Mother was the peace, the mother was the peace, person. Because daddy would have got into squabbles. And he did get into squabbles. But she would always tell him to, don't leave it go, leave it go.
Yeah.
Let it be. And he would follow, he would listen.
And it's interesting if she was the middle one, because that's this guy today.
I don't know how he was when he was a kid, but he's the mediator today in different situations.
Okay, so you see your mom coming out and how you live life now.
Yeah, we had like a neighbor. What was his name? Old Deminger. Old Urban Deminger.
Urban Deminger,
Yeah. He was the neighbor farmer up there in the Hodecker farm. Yeah, I guess he owned the farm before Hodecker's bought it.
I don't know.
I think
Wasn't
so.
that a Hodecker farm?
Moomaw never owned it.
No, never owned it.
Urban Deminger owned it, and
Frank,
Frank
had it,
didn't
but I
he
don't know
own
who
it?
had it before that.
I thought Urban Deminger owned it, and then the Hodeckers bought it from Urban. But anyways, he would come when he was working his farm land. He would come and turn around in Daddy's fields,
Oh.
Yes.
and boy, that would irritate Pop. You know, he got so angry about that.
Well, it shouldn't do
And yet, and yet, Mom let it go.
that.
Let it go.
Well, your dad had a right to do it, he just don't do that,
Yeah.
turn around and say,
Yeah, that's what he would do.
Yeah, I heard that story.
That's interesting to see that it's still there.
It was Urban Deminger.
And
He
Roseanne would
get
probably
up
say,
on
let it go.
Sunday morning
I would
and
say that.
Let
he
it go,
would
let
lead
it go.
singing.
But then he get his go, hoo, 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 hoo. That's how old Jake Benner, 343 in the live song. Hoo, 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 hoo. Off the beaches,
Well, he wouldn't, Urban Deminger wouldn't swing his arm, he'd just.
That's right, you did.
Stuff you remember.
Dude, we used to have a lady in our church, old Mrs. Jake Benner, who wrote a Grombox's mother. She had kids, bunch of kids, and
Tread softly.
she'd chew a pretzel, then she'd spit it out, put her hand, give it to the kid.
You see it every time it was tread softly.
What is that?
It probably wasn't.
Tread so.
They always sang out of Bible school.
Was that Urban Deminger?
I think so. He used to always
remember anyone
have
before
to
Bama.
sing tread softly.
We always sang
I mean, I'm sure there
Bible
was.
school.
Yes. Well, Roseanne, I have to ask you this. Your old music teacher, what was her name?
Catherine Grable.
Grable,
Yeah.
Catherine
Catherine
Grable.
Grable.
Yeah.
You liked her, didn't you?
Well, you had her in her prime. I had her when she was half dead.
I had her when she was almost dead.
Did you take her out on
They didn't send
They didn't know what to do with
Did you think that?
I was sent for maybe 3 or 6 months and I never went back.
Oh, is that right?
play the piano?
Yeah.
Well, we used to walk down, I remember walking down to her house.
You walked to her house too.
Yes, I walked all over Petersburg.
That's
Well, that was
why
quite a
that's
walk.
why she's so tall, and why she looks so good.
You know, sometimes we would walk the Manheim Pike, the next time we'd come home the Rohrstown Road.
Uh-huh.
And
And
we'd
come
go
in the
in
back lane.
lane.
Rohrstown, oh.
You
Yeah.
bet.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, they
And
say
then one
for
day,
walking.
when the new school was there off of the Rohrstown Road, I wanted to walk home, so I headed out, and the principal yelled at me.
Mhm.
Said, "Hey, you can't walk home."
One time we would walk with the Overs and the Martins, the next time with the Gingrich.
Oh, the Martins.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then
How many grades went to school at that point?
8.
6. 8 was it 8?
No.
Was that
6.
before there was
Six, I think it was.
consolidation?
6.
Like, when was that considered the new school at that point?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
between that time, at least where, in the E-Town area, that is where consolidation of the schools
Mr. Drum
happened.
was
I
our
went to a
principal.
one-room school for my first grade.
Really?
And after that, we were in the schools with, they consolidated all these little schools and bused you and everything.
Who was the principal?
Mr. Drum.
Yeah, Mr. Bard was the new principal at the new school.
Yeah, we had Mr. Bard, he taught over at Mountainville.
Yeah.
Mrs. Cockle
So you
was the
had him.
first grade teacher.
Yeah.
She died just about 2 years ago at Brother Village, and she looked just like she did in first grade.
You're kidding.
Oh,
Yes, she did.
Who was that?
Mrs. Cockle.
She always rub it in
She looked exactly like she did when I was in her first grade.
tell what
And taking their heads and slaying them up against the blackboard.
Well, she
Wow,
did that to
that's what
me.
she'd do.
She did that to me.
Really?
Yeah.
That
Did you
was
stick her
her.
in the leg?
Because she wore a wig.
Oh.
Did she wear a wig?
Yes, and she had the same wig on from the time I saw her at first grade to the day she
It
died.
lasted that long.
It was a big wig.
It doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, it was the same style wig.
Okay.
She was gonna teach me to learn. She kept me in from recess, and
Then, did you have bicycle then too?
I had bicycle too, yeah.
Yeah.
Bicycle.
I thought she was worse than bicycle.
Yeah, well, I
I thought they were saying bicycle.
Well, they were, that's what they call it.
You called it bicycle.
Carol, you met Mr. Bard?
Yeah.
Over in grade school one day, Ned loosened him, I don't know what he did, Ned, come on up here. And he yanked the drawer out and pulled a paddle out, mighty like a pinball paddle.
Yeah.
He gave him 4 smacks right over the rear end.
You saw him do it?
Yeah, he did in front of the class.
Well, you gotta do some more of that today.
But with all the walking, one of the other things I remember Dad saying, you know, when we walk home from school and so forth, he said, if anybody stops to pick you up, you run. You run and say, legs don't let me down now.
You know, Marie has a story.
We don't run, we didn't walk home, we rode the bus. Oh, I never walked.
You didn't walk her.
Maybe
Jane.
you got kicked off the bus, Jen.
You never walked.
That'd be more like it.
I walked home.
You did?
Yeah.
From the grade school?
He probably missed the
Not all
bus.
the time, but every now and then I would.
Yeah, but
You
you didn't go to that.
Times.
Yeah. He
I
missed
don't
the
know.
bus.
You didn't go to that.
We get down, we stop at Mrs. Guckenauer every now and then.
Mrs. Guckenauer, which Mrs. Guckenauer?
And a Guckenauer.
Oh, yeah.
We'd
Cake.
stop at her house and she'd give us cookies and milk and so forth before we would go the rest of the way. Or mom and dad, or mother and dad.
Was
would
I
pick
with
us
you?
up. Yeah.
Did
Or
I
you
carry
were-
my, I
you
must
were
have carried my lunch, walked to school, carried my lunch.
Yeah, something, one or the other.
But yeah, what was about Marie? Something about don't let, legs don't
Well,
let me down now.
somebody did stop one time. She was walking home, wanted to pick her up, and she ran into the cornfield.
Oh, really?
She has that story, yeah. So I don't know if I was with her at that
Said,
time.
tell your legs, don't let me down now.
Yeah.
Go,
Was
yes,
it-
you can.
Yeah. Were you on the bus that time going to Hempfield, to Lansville?
I know
On
what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
283 when the Wheelan boy was hit.
Weeder.
Wheelan or Weeder?
Clarence Weeder.
Weeder, that's the name,
Yeah,
yeah.
he was in
He was,
his
he was in my
class.
class.
Okay, were
Were
you
you
on
on
the
that
bus? Were
bus?
you on the bus?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
I
was
was
on
on the
that
bus.
Oh,
I wouldn't remember.
Mhm.
yeah.
And the bus hit this boy.
Yeah.
The policeman was chasing a car on the southbound side.
That was
And-
before it was a divided highway.
Yeah, and the Whelans were coming across to get on the bus. The bus was stopped on the north, going north, and or west, I guess. East or it was west.
Yeah.
And the policeman chasing the car hit the Whelan boy, and he lost a leg of it, didn't he? Yeah. Yeah.
I think the guy he was chasing flew by first.
Yeah.
And then they thought, they didn't realize the cop was coming and
Yeah.
they walked across. And the cop didn't-
Yeah, I can see that happening yet.
I remember that.
Mhm.
I mean, I didn't see it happen, but the
Yeah.
but kind of that day in school there, and then we finally did come back.
So you were on the bus that time, yeah.
I can see that happen.
So how come you got to go to LMH?
Yeah, anyway. Yeah.
I don't know.
You must have been the favorite child.
I guess because they sent Marie.
So they, okay, yeah.
Marie did.
And they didn't send me because I was too dumb.
Because you flunked 5th grade.
They figured.
Well, they didn't send me either, so I was too dumb.
So history repeated itself in our family. Janice and John went to Hempfield and I went to LMH.
Yeah, how'd she get to go?
Because she's the youngest.
But see, your friends didn't go down.
I did, I had a choice. I said,
Yeah, my friends didn't go to LMH either, so I think
Yeah.
that was the reason
yeah.
I didn't wanna go.
You didn't want to,
No,
because of your friends.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a big deal.
that's a big deal to stay, yeah.
Right.
Well, I think that's the reason I didn't go too, but I also remember they thought that I wouldn't have been able to make the adjustment. Because school was difficult for me. But I had a lot of friends that went to Hempfield. All of my friends went to Hempfield, none of them went to LMH.
But he went to college and he had better grades in college than he did in high school.
I bet, yeah.
So it says you can do what you wanna do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
What you
part was
put your
tough?
mind to.
Was it
Yeah.
the numbers part, or the reading part, or the, like?
No, numbers was always easy, it was the
Yeah.
reading.
I was gonna say, you couldn't have had trouble with numbers.
So how did Grandma and Grandpa help to shape you guys in terms of your careers and occupations? Were there discussions about that? Or is it just, is that more of a guy thing and the girls just, you get married and have babies or?
Get married, have kids.
Did Marie talk about wanting to go to nursing school? I don't remember. I mean, she must have said, oh, I wanna go to nursing school. Well, you worked for Dr. Harriger, and,
Is he still around yet, Harry?
yeah.
Is he?
Yeah, I go to Janet, his daughter. Oh, you used to go to Janet too. Yeah, she'll talk about him.
So he's still doctoring.
I know.
He gotta be
Like Dr. Lutz.
he gotta be pretty old by now, not?
Yeah, you know how old he is.
I think she said 88.
That's what I was gonna say, I think she said.
When we used to have our Thanksgiving service, they used to come in there, he'd come in sometime.
Is he?
That's been a while.
Is he at a home or?
They still there and, oh, really?
And he's paid there. Is that right, in that house?
He had an alcohol problem, didn't he?
Yeah.
Pretty bad, didn't he?
Yeah.
The doctor?
Yeah.
Isn't that the one that gave me the strong medicine?
No, that was Bryson.
Bryson, okay.
But we quit him then.
Yeah, cause I almost
Well,
died.
Glenn, your dad used to say he wouldn't send a sick horse to him.
Yeah. I went to
Oh,
school with
my.
this kid.
What?
How did
I
you
think
get
his
to
son was in my class at school.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
When I went,
You went to,
yeah.
that's right.
I don't know, what would be the influence? Mother was definitely an influence to us, and the farm really wasn't an option. We knew that was not an option where it was for farming.
Your dad wouldn't help you to get started somewhere else?
No, I don't know that
Did he
that was
kinda
ever
want you to have a
considered.
farm and?
I don't recall that he probably would have, I'm sure he would have helped us in the farming, but then we stepped out in, I don't know, in the business world, and
But see,
he says, I don't understand that end of it, or something like that.
you got drafted.
Well, we both got drafted.
Yeah.
He got drafted, and then I got drafted
And
later.
he went to Baltimore, and then he started college while he was in Baltimore.
Right.
Because he wanted something to do.
And I
It's
was,
time.
I was drafted in the one that, you know, Walter Overman service then too. And Dad was in, I know for me, he thought I had to take a job as an orderly in a hospital. And I says, no way. I knew I had a weak stomach. I says, no way. I refuse. And he got so upset with me.
Well, you went out to Ohio
Yeah.
and worked in
And the
testing.
dairy
testing.
That lasted for how long?
About 2 months.
2 months.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand that either because the Amish were so dirty.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You get an Amish milk houses?
Oh, yeah, it was awful. I said, I can't stand this to see how dirty it is. And then he says, you're gonna get in trouble with the government because you left there. And you gotta take an orderly job right now. You go down to Virginia, Winchester, Virginia, and Menahizes there, and he'll get you a job as an orderly right now. I said, no, I'm not. I will not take a job like that.
So how do you get to DC then?
You went there instead.
Mark Eshelman. Mark
Oh.
Eshelman was down in DC, and that's how I got to Washington DC.
Well, what did you do there then?
What was that?
I worked as a cashier in the hospital.
It's cold in here.
You worked as a cashier?
Got in the business office.
You get to
Oh, I didn't know
And
that.
that was probably more of an
Because of Aaron.
influence on me than anything, working in the business office and,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
I didn't even do that. I didn't remember what
It
it
was probably through Aaron,
Mark and I
Aaron Huber.
rented from Bob Taylor, and that's how I introduced Bob to me.
Okay.
Yes, I knew.
Mark got me in with Bob Taylor to live with him.
Because I remember when Marie came home, we all went down there to DC, and we had a picnic with Marie, and Bob came to that picnic. There somewhere around the tidal basin. And I think that was the
One
first
of the
that,
first times of introduction.
yeah.
So where Bob lived then?
What you do?
Cottage
You work
City.
in the hospital?
Yeah, right beside the
Do.
church.
Oh, he lived
Respiratory therapy house right beside the church, Cottage City.
On the other side, not the house we lived in, the house on the other side.
House on the south side, on the other side of the
Okay.
church.
That's right, since you say that.
Did you get in trouble with the government?
No, so all you have to do is talk to him.
Yeah,
So I told Dad, I said, I'll write a letter to him
yeah,
and tell him what I'm gonna do. That's all it took.
yeah.
But
He was
Dad-
so worried, he was so worried that.
Dad sort of lived in the fear of the unknown.
Yeah, yeah, you don't mess with the government and
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah. Mother, on the other hand, was, she was, came from the business family and, wasn't afraid to step out, I guess I would say it that way.
Yeah, Mother told us many stories about her brothers
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
I think was probably an influence on
Yeah.
us,
yeah,
in the business world,
yeah.
especially
she-
about her dad.
Yeah, she would encourage us in the business field, and as a result of stories from her dad and her uncles and her brothers, and
But she was
And-
encouraging that.
and
before
Dad
we
was
went to
more
school.
Dad was more one to take the worst case scenario and build it up as something that was
Insurmountable.
stay away from it.
In
Keep your
anything
distance.
except, I remember, he was very, he and Maren could he
Oh,
could
yeah,
identify
he could
with
identify,
Maren,
yeah.
Maren's
Maren
world
was
on the
wonderful.
farm.
Yeah.
Oh, what about
That
me?
was wonderful.
What
I
do?
remember
And
him
it wasn't
saying
what
those
you
words.
do, when
Yeah.
you would have a question, you know, he could identify with your world.
That's right.
And for.
Because of the farming connection?
Because of the
Yeah.
farm
Yeah.
connection, yes. And I think
Yeah.
part of that was security too, because, you know, she was
Your
the,
mom's dead.
the,
Bought the bag, it ain't.
Yeah.
That's where he made it.
Yeah. But one of the things that I remember she would say is how her dad over the Depression would bought the tobacco from the farmers. He had the means to be able to do it. he would buy the tobacco from the farmers and pack it away and just keep it. But what that did is it sustained the farmers who needed the money to continue to operate. And then when a couple years later, when things were better, then he would sell it for a higher price and make that gain. But it was the ability that he was able to do that. But along with that, it was the thing of helping people through that period of time. And
Greatly criticized for
Very
it then when he
yeah.
sold it for
Yeah.
a higher price then.
yeah,
Greatly
Yeah.
criticized then, but
yeah,
he was, wonderful when he could buy
yeah. When
the Great Depression.
I think tobacco they brought 4 or 5 cents a pound back there in the
Yeah.
Depression.
But what little bit they could get was help these farmers for the period of time.
So that could be part of the reason why Irv and Jay didn't sense that, because that
There
was like
wasn't
the
an awful
time.
lot of encouragement there.
No, there wasn't
for us to do
encouragement that way, I mean, it was like, before we got married, he didn't know he was still in school. He didn't know what he was gonna do after he got out of school.
In 5th grade.
No, I'm talking about college.
So you got out of 5th grade then before?
Yeah, I finally got out of it.
How many years did it take you?
2.
So, I mean, that's when the whole thing of, that's where I see like the generational differences coming in there, in that time frame. It wasn't that everybody now was going to farm. Cause the land was being taken up, you couldn't keep splitting. I mean, yes, the Amish
Well,
could.
wasn't that
But people, the kids started going to college and they started getting more education too.
well? After we went into 1W, then the farm during those years the farm really went up in value because there was a lot of demand for the land between East Petersburg and Lancaster. And Dad was getting a lot of pressure from buyers. And so it got to the point that it wouldn't have made sense anymore for him to give the farm to either of us, because it was more valuable for him to sell than to continue to farm it.
But we wanted him to buy the mobile home park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We wanted him to buy it because they were dumping sewage into our stream,
Yeah.
and we said, let's buy it and clean it up.
Yeah.
And we could have bought, that piece of land.
I wanted him to buy Hodecker's farm when I was about 14 years old, and I said, you should be buying that
So
farm.
we
It was
were
for
telling
sale.
him, come on, let's
My
get.
son's a guy
And then we wanted him to buy that whole strip of land from our farm up to the corner of Hodecker's farm. It was all frontage, and he wouldn't
do it.
He wouldn't do any of that.
But you
We
guys
almost
did that
convinced him it
because
was
of the
getting close,
influence
but
of your mom. You guys did that because of the influence of your mom and because